Hello everyone, it's Lottie from Cancer is a Lifestyle, and it's time for Movie and Stitch, the letter N. Now this one, today it's Nights in Rodanthe. Is that how you say it? It's Rodanthe. It is a movie that my daughter suggested to me. And let me tell you, so far every movie that she has suggested, I fell in love with. So, heads up to Emily. She seems to know what I like. It is a really good movie, you guys. It is a romance. Now, they call it a emotional dark romantic, but it's not. It is actually a really good, they call it a drama too. I would not call it that. It did come out in 2008. It is an hour and 37 minutes long. But it does not seem like you're watching it that long at all. In fact, it seems kind of quick. Now, it is, let me read what it's about, and then I'll tell you what I thought. So, with chaos tearing her family apart, Adrienne Willis takes a weekend job at her friend's coastal North Carolina inn. But when a hurricane hits and strands the only guest, Surgeon Paul Flanner, Adrienne's life changes forever. Now, it stars Diane Lane, and she is Adrienne, and Richard Gere, which is, he's the doctor, and it's actually a really beautiful love story. What I would call a mature love story. It's just because they're both like in their 40s and all, and it's a different kind of love. It's not this lust-filled, passionate love. It's a really good love story. And when they meet, they are both broken people. Her husband, she has been estranged from her husband because her husband has cheated on her and left home. And then suddenly, that relationship didn't work out. So he decides that, hey, I want to come back home. And they've been separated for quite a while. And she's in turmoil about that. So when this opportunity for her to come and help her friend out for the weekend, she kind of took it because it was going to be some time to think things through. And he is a very well-known surgeon who is actually being sued because he lost a patient. And this loss of a patient and this lawsuit has really put like a rift between his son and him, and his life has in turmoil, and he's really been bothered by this death of the patient. So when they meet, they're both very broken and hurt, and what I liked about this story is that weekend, even though what drew them together, it wasn't just like, because they got to know one another. They were all by themselves. He would tell her his story, she would tell him her story, but they were both very frank with one another. So when she saw something that was a defect, or what was, what was wrong in his life was caused by him, she would tell him so, and he would do the same thing to her. They were very frank with one another. When the weekend was over, they had fallen in love, and they decided they were going to keep in contact with one another while he heads out to restore his relationship with his son, and she deals with this, estranged husband of hers, and goes for a divorce, and tells him that she is not going to be, she doesn't want him back. So what ends up happening is, during this time that they're both off in their worlds, they are continually writing to each other, telling about each other. And this is where I'm saying that it's like a mature kind of love, because through these letters, they really find out a lot about each other, and they grow even more in love with one another, because they're not focusing on their physical relationship. They're focusing on getting to know one another. So when the day comes for him to come back, and they're going to reunite and get together, he doesn't show up. And here she is ready for him and excited because, it's been months and this is what they've been waiting for. And he doesn't show up. And she prepares the same meal that she did on their very first night when they met. And she is so hurt and she doesn't know what's going on. And the next day, his son is on her doorstep to let her know that his father passed away. Now, this is just a really heart-wrenching kind of a scene, because here you were rooting for them because they, here's this, like I said, a mature, real love, and it goes south, and only because he lost his life. And but it's a beautiful storyline. It's just really beautiful, and she holds on to his letters, and how that relationship really has straightened her as a woman, as a person. So it's a beautiful story. It really, really is. It's I have not watched Diane Lane in a long time, and I can see she has this really quiet beauty about her, and I really enjoyed this movie, and I would definitely watch it over and over again. So I hope you guys give this movie a try. It's a beautiful movie. It's Nights in Rodanti, or D. It's RodanthE, and it's starring, like I said, Diane Lane and Richard Gere. Really beautiful. It is set in North Carolina, and in fact, the only thing that I couldn't understand is this inn was on stilts. And it was like literally on the shoreline. It was literally on the beach. So when that hurricane hit, I was like, oh my gosh, the water is, it's just, I don't know how that inn even stayed up. But you guys, I finished my mat. It took me quite a bit of time. I had to really schedule this night to watch this, because with our little girls here, our little kittens, it's almost impossible for me to take out my plant without them going at it. So I had to wait when they were, literally my daughter took them to another room and with her, and I kind of locked myself in here and I finished the mat. So here it is. I already did my my tie. It is light. It's going to be and even though you probably don't recognize the other one, it is quite wide. Here's the first one I made. It's quite dark, right? If you guys remember, I like to fold them up in like a camp style and tie them so they can loosen it up whenever. I am going to have the full-length picture on the ministry Facebook page, which is down below if you want to go check out some of these pictures that we have of all the items and where we donate them to. But I did finally finish it. I was so happy. There's my strings, and if you see, I just tie it here, and then I'm able to tie them up together. But this one is more white and pink and kind of other colors also. The reason I took the other one out also is because I want to go put them into my car. I keep these in my trunk because it just takes up too much time. Now, this next one that I'm going to start, the third one with the letter P, is going to be not as wide because if you notice, I make mine quite wider than what their specifications are. A lot of groups that make these are very particular about their directions and the sizing and all. I am not. I don't, because you know what, everyone is a different size. And another point is the homeless does not, they do not go and change into the pajamas at night. They sleep with layers and layers of clothing. So they're bulkier, So when they lay down, they need room. They need room, you guys. And everybody's a different size. So, but this next one that I'm going to make is going to be a little more narrow. Yeah, so there you go, guys. I finally got my letter N. I thought I would never get to it because of the situation with the kittens. And also, I did fix all my plarn. And I have been, and I had quite a bit of strips left over from the balls. And I think once I'm done with the balls, I am not going to be winding them into a ball anymore. or at least not with these kittens. So if you notice, I have my crochet bags hanging there. They have been donated to me from Sylvia from Tabitha's Treasures, and the other one came from Neva from Manic Mama's Musings. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut up my strips, and I'm going to put them in there and hold them in there, and then I'm just going to pull one out as I need it. Because so far, you know, these kittens are just too playful. They're two kittens. Too much of a kitten yet. But anyway, you guys, I hope you have a wonderful day. The weather has shifted. It's kind of brought down a notch. It's not as hot, you know, and I thought today that, you know, summer is like more than half over. So we have maybe another 6 weeks or so from what I gather. And 6-7 weeks and it'll be over. So go out there and enjoy it while you can. So anyway, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you soon. Bye-bye.